And here we are, episode 49 of the Rated RR podcast. What a journey it's been. We're edging ever closer to that landmark of 50. I don't know if we have something special up our sleeves. We'll see what happens over the next week or so. But stay tuned, keep subscribing, keep supporting the channel. We really appreciate that. Now, with that stuff out of the way, I'm Rish Roshan Rai, along with my co-host Ziaul Raushan. I'm delighted to say we are joined by a familiar face to Singapore football, someone who's been banging in the goals year after year in the Singapore Premier League. It's Geylang International's striker, Sime Zuzul. Sime, how are you doing? Thanks for joining us.
Thank you guys for inviting me. I'm going really well. I'm here almost 3 months now in Geylang, but I didn't need any time for adaptation because I already knew half of team. So many players used to play with me in Balestier, like Hazwan, Huzaifa, Fadli, but okay, it's going really well, and I'm really happy with whole organization. Club is really on fire, in a really good level.
Sime, you talk about it there, settling in, and the boys from Balestier coming over has also helped you settling in. How do you find the Geylang infrastructure in terms of Mohamed Noor Ali and the club? How are you settling into our Tampines hub even?
Well, I'm really surprised with everything. Guys give me a good welcome, and like I say, I didn't need any adaptation time because I already know most of them. It's very interesting. It's nice.
Yeah, so you say you already know most of the players, and a lot of them are familiar faces to you. Was it sort of an easy job then in pre-season for Noor Ali and for you guys to sort of gel together and to get that morale and that team spirit going?
Yeah, but actually it's easy. Like I say, we play almost 3 years together, like me, Huzaifa, Zaiful, and for coach going to be easy this year with us because we already know each other's, our style and everything.
And you know what's great as well from my perspective is at least now you get a proper pitch to play on, different playing surface.
Yeah, now it's totally different. Yeah, now it's easier to play football than the pitch.
Zuzul, sorry, Sime, I have to ask you at this point. You talk about a move to Geylang and the familiarity of Balestier, right? Was there at all any other teams that you considered going to?
Actually, I didn't spoke with any other teams in SPL, but I have another offers from Europe and some offers here around Asia, but unfortunately for me, I didn't realize, and I was tell myself I will try one more year here and see how situation going.
Yeah, I remember actually, Sime, speaking to you at the end of last season after the final match day against Lion City Sailors at Jalan Besar, and I saw you outside the stadium. I was talking to you and I was saying, I hope Sime, I hope we see you again. And we have, you're here on our shores once more. What was sort of behind that decision to come back to the Singapore Premier League?
I have some offers, but for me it's not good. And I spoke with my family, and I say that I received one call from Singapore, and I make decision that I will come back here again.
Did that call come from Noor Ali? And how did he convince you to join the Geylang project?
But I heard so many stories about him, how he's a big character and he's very good coach, and I really surprised and I joined work with him.
Yeah, you know what's interesting for me as well is it's not just a different team that you're going to, but also a different style of play. Balestier under Marco was quite different. Sime, you were sort of long ball, they played it into you, right? And that was your role with them.
Yeah, but now with Geylang, I have total different roles. Now I need to adapt myself on this team, and now I need to be a little bit more patient and await in the penalty box, and when chances come, I need to excuse them and also help the team in creating chances wherever I can do that.
Yeah. Which style of play do you prefer as a centre forward? The one you are at now, or the one previously?
I don't want to say. I like both. Like a player, you always need to adapt on any situation in football.
And what is your style of play? You speak of it there, waiting for chances to come, having to execute them, linking up play. If I ask you, Sime, what is Sime's style of play? What will you say?
Always is hard to talk about yourself, but I can say I'm like to play. I'm the best player when I have opportunity to play 1 against 1. This is my strength, and I also can hold the ball and help the team to get in chances to score the goals. And like I say, my advantage is strength and speed.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, you're incredibly difficult for defenders to deal with, actually, Sime. And one of the things that I always think when it comes to you is that I think at times you're perhaps underrated in the sense that, not to say, Geylang aren't a great club or a big club, but I imagine that there'll be, when you look across the league and we look at elsewhere, there'll be offers coming in for you because of your physicality, because of your speed, because of your ability to score goals as well. I mean, I've heard as well that Geylang actually regard you really highly. And Noor Ali, from what I've heard, actually thinks that you're one of the best strikers he's ever worked with, Sime.
Yeah, when he called me, he said to me that he really wants to be in the team. And in his opinion, he said, for sure, I'm one of the best striker in the league. And I'm really grateful for that. This is really good words from me. And now is my turn. I need to give back to him with my presentation and performance. And I will try to do my best. And
yeah. I tell you what, I imagine that, it's not just on the pitch that you enjoy yourself in the Singapore Premier League, right? You must enjoy yourself off the pitch as well. I mean, seeing that you're quite happy to come back to Singapore again.
Yes, especially during the first year was very nice without restriction and everything. It was beautiful time, but the past 2 years was very difficult period for me. I was too far from family. I didn't see family almost 2 years. And it was a difficult period for me, but now it's getting better. I was on vacation 3 months, and I was. It was a good time for me there.
How did you manage that? How did you manage that period where it was difficult for you to see family?
Exactly. I don't know how I managed that. It was a very difficult period, I swear. And some point of time, I was thinking to go back in my country and. But lucky that I can stay here, and now I have one more chance to play here this year.
I think it speaks a lot about your mental strength to get through that, because some people forget that you may be a footballer, but you're a human and you have to deal with all these aspects. It's not easy being so far away from family, but it's Singapore's gain that you're still playing in the Singapore Premier League. I have to say that. Sime, just touching on the role of a striker, you touched on it there when you described yourself, the way you play and stuff like that. Do you agree that strikers shouldn't be judged just on goals, because it's not just the statistics that matter, it's the overall link-up play, which you do very well?
I think football is changed a lot in the last recent years. Now there are less and less strikers who just waiting ball in the penalty box area. Let's say like Inzaghi last time, they just waiting for the ball and score the goal. But now, like striker, you need to really work hard, help the team, do defense with hold the team, do pressing. It's not easy to be striker today. You need to be really fit for do that.
Do you feel like with the way the team is sort of set up, sorry, Roshan, do you feel like the way with the team is sort of set up, you get a bit more support in attack now with this Geylang International side, the way tactically Noor Ali sets about the side?
Yeah, for sure. I think now is going to be easier for me because, in Balestier, I almost do everything for myself. I just do alone so many situations, but now I have support from all team. And I think this is going to be interesting for me.
You talk about the support there. One man who's part of that support for you on the pitch is Vincent Bezekor, and he's taken to the league very well in terms of he came with pedigree and he's almost fulfilling their potential in the early days, right? How much do you enjoy that relationship with him?
Like you say, he had good pedigree. He played in MLS, which is a high level of football, and he come here and I think that we're still trying to find ourselves in our games, but we just played three games together, and I think in the future you will see the best from us.
Yeah, you mentioned trying to find a way to sort of work together with him as well, trying to improve on that on-pitch relationship, Sime. So tell us about what you think both your strengths are and how you can complement each other on the field of play.
He's like a wizard, you know. He can give you good ball in any moment, and as me like striker, this is mean a lot. I can just make move direction, and he will pass the ball to me, and I just need to score the goal, be in a good position, and ball will come for me.
Yeah, and I see that he's also lent you his laptop, and you guys are living together.
Yeah, he helped me now. I had some technical issue, and he jumped here and gave me laptop for.
So Vincent is providing assists on and off the pitch. That's quite good to know. Huh? Rosh, after you.
No, carry on, Roshan. I was just going to ask about the relationship.
Yeah, exactly what I was alluding to as well. Since you and Vincent stay together, you guys must spend a lot of time together on the way to training, outside of training. Are you getting along well, and does that help you on the pitch as well?
Yeah, exactly. All foreigners, we living together, Taka and Rio as well, and I can say from the beginning we click very well, and I really enjoy spending time with the three of them.
Yeah, and how four of you all in one house? So do you all have like a timetable of when you someone get to use the toilet or someone get to watch the television? Who cooks? Tell us about the living situation, man.
All of us cooking, but sometimes when it's training afternoon, we going outside and take food outside, take dinner outside, and but all of us have each toilet. This is the best thing.
That's important. Can I ask you who's the best cook? Though?
Sorry,
who's the best cook?
I will say Rio.
Oh wow! Okay,
what
sorry,
kind of food does he make?
Okay, we'll stick to food then.
What kind of food does he make?
He eat a lot of Japanese food. He's a Japanese guy, and he likes Japanese food.
Sorry, I'm just trying to bring it back to football and the beginning you speak of. I just want to go back to that LCS game. Geylang against LCS, on paper, to start the season, it was a difficult game, but Geylang went out and surprised so many. How much belief did a result like that give? Because all your housemates and the rest of your team were immense in that game. How much belief did that result give the team?
I remember when we go to play against them, coach show us first 11 from Sailors. And we see that two foreigner players don't play, and we feel it that we need to do something in the first half. We need to take a great opportunity, and all players was so good. Like I cannot say which player played better. All of us give 100% and more than that. And I really enjoyed playing this game. It was very great night for all of us.
Yeah, it was fantastic. I mean, you essentially bullied a defender who was playing in Europe and in Portugal, and then quite high profile for the SPL. How did that feel for you coming up against that centre back like Pedro?
If you ask me, I always want to play against best team. For me, I want to play every Saturday against Sailors or Alberex. You know, this is the biggest motivation when you're playing against better players. You need to improve yourself, and you need to see where are you. And I think like you sportsman, you always need to do, always you have to like this kind of challenge.
That's interesting. And just touching on the various different compatriots you have in the league, the other Croats you have in the Singapore Premier League, do you have a relationship with them despite being in different clubs, and do you spend some time together as well?
But I'm really in a good relationship with Šugić and Krajcek. Wherever I can free time, I'm in contact with them. And when we have free time, we go to lunch and coffee. And also Brunčević from Serbia, he playing for Balestir. I have good relationship also with him.
How have you helped Šugić sort of settle in? Because when we spoke to him, I think it was last week on our episode or a couple of weeks ago.
Couple of weeks ago,
he actually mentioned that he's been in contact with you and you guys have helped him to sort of settle. What's that process been like? Because it seems like you guys have actually helped him get off to a really good start.
Yeah. I remember when I reached to Singapore first year, Stipe Plazivat, he helped me a lot with adaptation and everything. He just let me know if you need anything. And he really helped me a lot. And now I know how this guy feeling when you come in another country, different culture and everything, you need to help. And I just tell him, If you need anything, let me know and call me. I will help with everything what you need. And I think this is normal.
Yeah. That's good to know that you're almost giving back what you got from Stipe to another newcomer in the league. That's really good to hear. Šime, if I can just move it on to your time at Balestier, you spent 3 years there, and between Rosh and I think it's fair to say we really enjoyed watching you in play, not just with your goals, but your style of play. How much do you enjoy the 3 years at Balestier?
Okay, let's say I spent 3 years there, and was there so many up and downs, but I'm really grateful for all of them. They give me opportunity to play here in Singapore, and I will never forget that. I was really enjoying 3 years there. This was such a nice period for me.
Yeah, how did that move to Singapore actually come about, Šime? When you think back to those years ago, what were the steps like for you? Who was in contact with you? Who did you speak to? And how did the opportunity come about?
In that time, I was playing in Croatia second division. And after half season, winter season is finished, and one agent came to me and spoke, are you interested to go in Singapore? And actually, I heard a lot of story about Singapore because so many players from my town play here, like Kristic before, Jonic, I don't know, maybe you guys know him, and Mirko Grabovac as well.
Yep.
And I heard just positive things about Singapore, and I just say I want to try something new.
Yeah, Grabovac was a goal-scoring machine, man.
Oh, yeah,
he was goal-scoring machine
story
back
about
in
him.
Eslig, yeah.
Everyone say that he was such a good player, and
yeah,
he also helped me with so many advice. Sometimes I see him outside. He's still in Singapore, and he still helping me a lot.
That's good to know that Grabovac almost had a part to play in you choosing Singapore. On that topic, actually, when you grew up as a young boy, did you have any role models in the game? I think you touched on Inzaghi there, but in terms of strikers, did you have any role models?
I don't like Inzaghi.
Yeah. You think he was born in offside position? Is that?
But he's specific. But when I was young, I falling in love in Real Madrid team, Galacticos. And I always watch Ronaldo Nazario.
Yes.
I like him a lot. I think he was so good, unstoppable in my opinion. And in my opinion, he's the best player in football history.
Yeah. Do you try to sort of model your game after him, or are there any players, or are there any current players that you look at and think, I want to add this, I need to work on that, and things like that?
You know, I like to style Mandzukic, Croatian player.
Okay. Yeah.
I watch also a lot of video of him, and I really enjoy how, and I try to copy how he played, but it's very difficult.
Especially because Mandzukic sometimes have to do a job on left wing. Huh?
But when I was young, I used to play left and right wings before I come in Singapore.
And if you need to play there in those positions, you will.
Yeah,
now?
For sure. Yeah, I can.
So, Šime, on that point of playing on left wing and right wing, when you started out in football, were you already an attacking player? Because there's a lot of stories of players starting out at centre back and then moving their way, or even goalkeeper or something.
No. I was immediately, when I started to play football, I was striker.
Brilliant. We've touched on things from your past. Let's look at the here and now and 2022. And what are your aims and ambitions for this season?
My ambition for this season, try to score as many goals as I can and help the team to reach four position in the league. And if opportunity arise in the cup, maybe make the good result. Let's say go to final in cup or even take the cup.
And I think that bodes well for Geylang, right? That you have such high ambitions for the club looking ahead. We've talked about the past, we've talked about the here and now. I need to talk about the future now, Šime, with you. You spent time in Singapore, coming to about 4 years now. What do you envision the future for Sime Zuzul?
I don't know. I never think much about what future holding for me, but I need to be focused on present and on my team and this season. Right now, I just want to improve my game and help the team to achieve goals this season. And this is the most important thing right now.
Yep. I mean, I don't know about Sime, but when I was playing, always people would think, you focus on the here and now, see what happens in the future. But at the same time, inside, you might be thinking, I want to go here, I want to try there. But publicly, you won't say it. Don't worry, Sime, we won't try and draw the answer out of you, man. I know you could get into a bit of trouble if we were to force you into an answer on that.
I will say I just focus on present now.
Okay.
Let's focus on the present. Just quickly on the Geylang International fans, okay? Because the ultras are special. When you are at the stadium, you feel the atmosphere. And when I'm in the stadium, I feel it. I can't imagine being a player. How much do you enjoy the support from the Ultras Eagles?
But I'm very satisfied with our fans, and they have been our 12 players during the season so far, and I hope that they will continue to do that in the future, and this means a lot for us players.
Yeah, you can see the support has been fantastic.
It's not the same when you're playing in front of people and without fans. It's totally different things.
And, Sime, I believe after the LCS win, you actually hung out with a couple of fans and had a bit spicy, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, it was.
That is unreal. How did that come about?
I don't know. I just after when game finished, I go to dinner and I saw some fans and they say, Zuzul, you want to enjoy to us? And I say, okay, why not? And I spent 20-30 minutes with them. It was a nice conversation. And
that's really brilliant. Yeah, that's really brilliant. And that's one of the things about supporting your local league, in the sense that you actually get to see these guys outside the stadium. You actually get to, if you're in around the neighborhood and you see them, talk to them, maybe invite them for a meal, see if they're up for it, even just have a chat. I mean, Sime is quite happy to join in on occasion. I'm sure just to get to know your fans.
Yeah, but this is normal, I think. I know it's now some big star. I think that I'm a normal person like everyone. And that's for me, not mean anything. I just go out and talk is not issue for me.
Yeah, brilliant. Shall we move it on, since we're on the topic of fans, Raushan? Do you have anything else you want to ask Sime?
I have nothing much else. I think Sime has covered everything almost, but we should move it on to the fans' questions because we've got a few to get through. So why not I kick us off with the first one, okay?
Okay, go for it.
This one's from Prasanna LCS. Sime, what do you do outside the pitch to get you so physically strong?
Actually, you will be surprised, but I almost have this natural strength. I don't do too much gym. I just do some preparation always before training, and after training do some stretching. And during my free times, I spend with my friends, and that's all what I do in Singapore.
You are now making a lot of people, including myself, very jealous. That you don't need to do much in the gym.
Exactly.
I don't go to the gym too much. Maybe one time a week. Or
I'm very upset about that, Sime.
Sime, do you then have to do cardio? Because I see you running non-stop for 90 minutes at times. Do you do that?
I also don't do that. I swear. I have natural that all. I mostly focus on my technique. I do so many things with ball, and I want to improve this in my game.
Yeah. Okay. I think in line with that, the other question from Suraj DH_11. Any tips on how to become a good striker?
You have to do a lot of work for that. You have to listen instruction from your coach, and I think only way to be good striker is do a lot of work.
And Suraj, I hope you got your answer there. He must be a young kid looking to maybe follow Sime's footsteps and make it in the local league and beyond. So it'll be good to see. Thank you for the answer, Sime. Moving on to the third question from Rising Stags, who I assume is linked to Tampines Rovers. But anyway, best local player you've played with?
Best local player? I play with, I will say, Hazwan.
And on that point of Hazwan, he actually submitted a question which I omitted. His question was, who is Robin? So is there a joke there?
This comes some jokes on social media. I don't know how, but when we finish game against Sailors, I come to changing room and Hazwan start joking with me, Robin and Batman, and I laugh. He's Robin, me, I'm Batman.
Does that make Noor Ali Alfred then? It'll be interesting to see. But it's good to know that you have struck up quite a relationship with him. Rosh, you have the next question?
Yeah, no, I mean, that's great to hear. Thanks for throwing that question in there about Robin Hazwan. The next question is from Nikipedia. And I think this is something we have touched on with Sime in terms of his aspirations for his career. But I'll ask it anyway, because this is from a fan. Any aims to move overseas?
I don't know. Like I say, I'm focused now on the present, but in future, you never know. If good opportunity come, for sure, I will want to go overseas and try to play in another country. Yeah.
And I think Sime has spoken plenty about that, so we're not going to prod him further on that. But moving on just to the final question, which was submitted by 3 fans. Mohammad Azari, 17, Ayan and Javier Yo, all in line with the same thing. Sime, you spent some time in Singapore now. Have you ever considered representing Singapore?
Yeah, I heard so many story about that. Some fans coming to me and asking me that question, and that's the big honor for me. And it's really nice to hear that fans wants for me to represent Singapore. But I think still it's so early to talk about that, and I need to continue performing well. And let's say in the future, if I say few more years, why not? I would like to play for Singapore in the future.
Well, you have it. You heard it here first on the Rated R podcast. Raushan, do you have anything else you'd like to quiz Sime on before we go?
Nothing else. I've enjoyed speaking to Sime. I think it's been brewing for a few weeks. It actually has been a joy watching you, and it's been a joy speaking to you as Sime. Thank you so much for coming on the Rated R podcast, episode number 49, to speak to us. Rosh teased at it at the bottom. We are aging towards 50, and we might have something special lined up for you. So do continue to like, share, and subscribe and support the channel. Sime, we wish you all the best for the remainder of the season.
Thank you guys
Roshan,
for inviting me.
Thank you for being on the show.
It was a big pleasure to be
All the
here.
best.
Yeah, thank you guys.